think now you should be able to see me, right? Um, no, I don't think so. Yeah, now you see me. There's a lot of noise here. There you go. So, hi everyone. Can you hear me? First of all, can you hear me? Hi everyone. Welcome back again to another Global Hack Week. So nice to see you, everyone. Hi, Faron. Hi, Adepiju. Hi, this Simplicate. Hi, Cybermom13. Cybermom13? Wow, that's a pretty interesting name. But yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome back again to another Global Hack Week. If you don't know me, my name is David. I'm from Mexico. I'm a Mexican Major League hacking coach. I've been making the streams since I think 1 year ago, and yeah, it's so nice to see you, everyone. I'm seeing like familiar faces here, like Faron, Adepaju, uh, bar shipping your mom. Oh my god, these names are like they're crazy. But yeah, hi everyone, welcome back again. So if you see the title of the stream, you're going to see that we're going to hack your first game in Python with the help of PyGame, a really cool library that we're going to learn today. But yeah, I know these guys, like these hackers, are crazy. Like they don't have respect for anyone. But yeah, uh, let's just continue with this. I'm saying you, bar shipping. I'm saying you. Okay, yeah, let's just start with this. Let me share my screen so we can start seeing what we're going to do today, what we're going to build. So yeah, let me just go here. Let me share my screen and let me search. There you go. I think you should be able to see all the stuff, right? No, you're not. Now you should be able to see it. This. Yeah, so welcome everyone. So welcome to the Hack Your First Game with Python and PyGame workshop. So yeah, we're going to learn how to use PyGame, a Python library that we're going to talk about later. How to use Python for making game development. Like I know it sounds like super weird, but it's actually true. Like there are a lot of videos on YouTube that you can find out. Like just search Python game development. There are videos even like they made Doom in Python. They made like I don't know Zelda, Mario, alike games that you can find out, and you can even find how to build them. So yeah, welcome everyone. It's nice to see you. And let me introduce myself. My name is David. You can tell me David, Daniel. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm a coach and Major League Hacking. I'm also a software developer engineer at Aspen Tech. I'm a GitHub Campus expert, also a working communities as a GitHub Campus expert. I help building the GitHub Field Day here in Mexico. I'm the founder of a hackathon in another state of Mexico called Monterrey. Yeah, my hackathon is called Tigre Hacks. So if you want to, if you are from Mexico and if you live in Monterrey, be ready for the next edition of Tigre Hacks. So yeah, I love hackathons. I love the hacker community. I love seeing every one of you here learning new things, and I love to teach also a lot of stuff to advocate how to build, for example, games in Python and do some other stuff with Python. So yeah, I also was a fellow on the MLS Fellowship on the summer 2022 batch at Meta as a production engineer. Yeah, I think it was the production engineer batch. So yeah, welcome everyone. And also I have a little group of my friends called ML Cats where we learn a lot of machine learning and things like that. And currently I'm building a tech startup, research tools, and more things that I think I'm not able to talk about. But yeah, welcome everyone. So as you saw, oh, okay, yeah. I was seeing the comments. Uh, okay, yeah. Yeah, sorry for that. So yeah, as you saw the title, we're going to hack our first game in Python. So for doing that, we first need to understand the basics. Don't worry about that. I know that most of my workshops or my slides are like 1 hour. This is not going to be like this case. This case we have like just a few slides. This workshop is going to be super practical. We're going to get into PyGame and we're going to build awesome things. So yeah, first of all, what is game development? Game development is the process of creating video games, encompassing the design, programming, art, sound, and testing phases to produce an interactive, entertaining experience. So it involves a multidisciplinary approach where various professionals such as game designers, programmers, artists, musicians, and writers collaborate to bring game concepts to life. So how do we create this kind of games in Python? So creating games in Python is a popular choice due to the simplicity and versatility of the language. Python offers various libraries and frameworks specifically designed for game development, making super relatively straightforward to get started. So there's a lot of libraries that you can find out there, like to build games in Python, like Panda 3D, Plet, and things like that. But now we're going to use PyGame to build this awesome thing that we're going to talk about now. So a little bit of history. Say hi to Pete. Pete is the creator of PyGame. It has been into the game community since like 2000s, and Python or PyGame was created some years ago. I think it was in 2007 or 2006. To be honest, I don't remember. But yeah, it's a cross-platform set of Python models designed for writing video games. It includes computer graphics and sound libraries designed to be used with the Python programming language. So yeah, this is Pete. Say hi to Pete. Hi, Pete. So what are we going to build? As I said, we're not going to make a lot of slides. We're not going to see a lot of things off the slides today. But yeah, you can expect that we're going to build something like Escape from the Hacker Apples or something like that. And this is like the expectation that we're going to build all this stuff, a lot of apples. We're going to have score games, scoreboards. We're going to have like hard life and like a bar of health and things like that. So yeah, as you can see, this is going to be super awesome. And yeah, this totally how it's going to look. Like 100% is going to look like this. But yeah, like no, we're not going to build that. We're going to build something like this probably. Like we're going to end building something like this. But but yeah, don't worry about it. This is going to be like better than this. But yeah, so things we're going to learn today. So the first thing is we're going to learn how to set up our environment. Also, we're going to see how to create a screen object on Python so you can run it on your computer. And also, we're going to see how we can implement the player movement, generate random objects, implement the following apple simulations, and score creation, loading sprites, and a collision detection, and how all this stuff works in PyGame. So yeah. Yeah, I hope that it looks good to me, to you, right? But yeah, let's just keep going. And first of all, I want you to go to this page. Why is it not showing? Let me just fix this because I don't know why. Oh yeah, I know why. Yeah, now you should be able to see the page. So I want you to go to pygame.org first. Not the /docs, just the .org, so you can see how the PyGame community looks, like the PyGame pages looks, and what is going on currently with PyGame, which one is like the next step for the library for bringing new implementations and new features to the library. But yeah, after doing that, you're going to expect that we're just going to see the documentation that is going to look like this. Yeah, I know it's not like the prettiest documentation of all, but trust me, it is super easy to go. We're going to see how to do this. And the first step that we need to do is to ask questions. Do you have any questions until now? No print. You haven't missed anything. Basically, this is what we're going to build today. Something like this. That is going to look something like that. But yeah, just we're going to create our game, Escape from the Hacker Outpost. Maybe after that, we can implement another thing, like instead of having apples, having other kind of images falling off, like a meme or Shrek or Garfield or something like that is falling off the sky, and we should avoid that, or avoid the W reads of someone or something like that, you know. But yeah, this is going to look something like that. But yeah, let's start. Let's get started. Do you have any questions until now? And how do we download it? Does it work with Jupyter? No, it is not going to work with Jupyter. Also, you know, if you have seen my streams on other occasions, you know that I like to use GitHub and GitHub code spaces and Git and all this stuff. we're not going to be coding this on Jupyter notebooks or GitHub code spaces or something like that. We're going to use our computer because we need to some things that uses windows that need to create windows that they need to be created on our computer. So yeah, let me just share my type of screen sharing. Give me just one little minute until I open and close all my windows. Because I think I have something that I should not be showing up. But yeah, until now, do you have any questions? Do you have any recommendations of the kind of game that we should be building today? Like, I don't know, the Apple sounds good, but I don't know if the Apple is like the most original idea in the world, you know. Do you have any other recommendations of type of game of or the type of object that you that should be following? Maybe the face of a character that you really like, or a villain, or something like that. Yeah, Beast Code, a fighting game. Yeah, a fighting game sounds super good. I don't think we have enough time for building that, but yeah, we can try it. I mean, we can try it. Slide share screen. Yeah, I think now there you go. Oh yeah, you're right. Let me pass you the link of PyGame documentation so you can take a look here. So yeah, there you go. Original speed test, original speedster. I made Punk using PyGame. Oh wow, how do you implemented that? Like, did you implement it like the collisions? Like, do you use like some kind of random angle decision making or something like that for setting up at which kind of angle should the ball get when it crashes with the bars or something like that. Shampire, you didn't miss anything. We're just starting, and I'm trying to get my Visual Studio Code with the recent project that we're going to show. But yeah, let me just share my screen here, and yeah, I think now I should be ready to go. Question: are you able to see my BSC? Yeah, I think you are. Nice, cool. So yeah, don't worry about it. We don't have anything weird. I haven't made my commits, but let me just make anything end game. This is the first commit that I was making. Let me sync my changes. Also, and let me pass you the repo that we're going to use today. I think it was right here, I think. Let me go to GitHub. Also, this is my profile. If you want to follow me, you can follow me just as David Oso Fernandez on GitHub. I'm going to pass you my my profile if you want to follow me. There you go. But yeah, here's the repo. We have against Python. Let me share with you the link. I think it is public one, but yeah. Oh wow, collate direct, nice. That sounds super interesting. So yeah, this is the repo. We don't have anything so weird or things like that, you know. But yeah, the only thing that we're going to do, or the only thing that we have here, is a main function, or like a main file of Python. You can see that we have something like character and things like that. Don't worry about it. Most of this stuff, like I think all the stuff doesn't even work. But yeah. Also, we have some kind of assets. For example, we have our apples that we're going to be using. Also, we have a background field that we're going to be using. You can change this background to whatever you want to change. Also, if you want, then like change this to, instead of being apples, it can be like asteroids, and the background can be the space or something like that, and the character can be like, maybe instead of a person running, it can be, I don't know, spaceship or something like that. But yeah, on this folder that's called frames, we have a GIF of a character that is kind of running, but basically there are like kind of frames that we're going to use for our character run, and we're going to implement also like the the kind of direction where our character is going to be facing around. But yeah, so I already passed the link here. Yeah, we're going to be using Visual Studio Code. I made the game a while ago. I'm not sure if it can share GitHub. Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, yeah. So let's just keep starting. Oh no, I don't want to leave the studio. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. But yeah, yeah, we're going to be using Visual Studio Code. And if you want to clone the repo, the only thing that you should be doing is opening a new Visual Studio Code window, then get into clone repository, and then paste the link that I just passed to you. It is the name of my profile / Go Hagwig Games Python. And yeah, it should after that you should be ready to go. But I'm not going to do that because I have already this implemented. So yeah, let me know if you need anything else. And if you have any questions, don't worry about that. What are we going to do? The first thing that we need to do is to be sure that we have installed Python, also that we have installed the Python package manager that is called pip. And it should be installed already with your Python element installation. So yeah, don't worry about that. So yeah, the first thing that we need to do is install pip install PyGame. So I have already installed PyGame, so I think I should be good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, requirement already satisfied. And I think that is the only thing that we need now. So first of all, let me quit everything that I have here because I think I'm not going to use them. And next, I'm going to quick start my first screen or my first game in Python by just starting a game loop. So all this stuff is in the Python or PyGame documentation, so you don't worry about it. The only thing that I did was copy this stuff from the pygame.org/docs. And what I'm doing now is just copy and pasting this because I want you to try to understand this. So let's try to get into this code and try to explore what is this doing. So first of all, we're importing our PyGame. After that, we're initiating our PyGame. After that, we're starting a new screen. The screen is going to be a new window of the size of 280 by 720. So yeah, it's going to be like in a horizontal window that is going to be displaying something. Then we're going to start a clock. The clock thing is like a timer that is going to be running each millisecond. And for each millisecond, it's going to be doing something. Like it's how Python understands that we're going to be running a clock, and that clock is going to be helpful for us for some other function that we're going to implement later. We're also having another variable called running through. Running is going to be our variable that we are going to use for Python to understand that, hey, I want to do this infinitely while I want to run, or while I want that my game is while my game is running, please do whatever you want to do inside this code block of running, right? So after that, for each event that we have in Python, first of all, we get the events that we want. Events, we're going to talk about that later. We're going to jump into the documentation to understand a little bit more of what the events are. But yeah, basically, if I press my quit window, the running is going to be changing to false. And what I mean with this is that, for example, Visual Studio Code has exit button. Well, PyGame, the window of PyGame is going to be having also like a minimize and exit button. So if I click into the exit button, I'm going to stop running my game and my window is going to be closing. And this is just the color that we are going to fill our screen with. So it's going to be a screen with a purple color. And after that, the flip thing is basically how we're going to work in our screen. And you can see that the clock is going to be limited to 60 FPS. If you have a window of 120 FPS, go ahead, you can explode your computer. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, no, don't worry about it. It's not going to explode, but my computer is like think 100, no, it's like 70 hertz of refresh rate. So I think even if I put like 120 FPS, I'm not going to be able to see that. And yeah, after that, PyGame is just going to be quitting itself. Well, but until that, this is going to be running. So let's just try to do that and just to see if this works. And if not, let's just try to fix it, right? So Python main.py. There you go. I don't know if you're able to see it, but a window is showing itself. I'm just going to close this up. So yeah, let me do this in a smaller screen, something like 900 by 50, 500, something like that. And Python main.py. Let's go. Yeah, this is something that you should be able to see. And okay, we have implemented our first window. Let's go. We did that. Let's just change this a little bit because we want this to be horizontal because of the Apple stuff and all the things, right? So let's make this like 300 by 500, I think. And yeah, something like that works. I don't know. What do you think? Is it too big? Is it like too little? What do you think? But yeah, until now, were you able to make this window? Do you have any questions? Let me read you in the comments. And yeah. What are you using for this? Will this be able? Blah, 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 blah. Yes, it will be able to view in a video after the stream. The code, you have it right here. You can just copy and paste it. And let me share again the documentation of PyGame. You can see it as many times as you want. I don't know why my import PyGame import is not working. It's directly for the PyGame. Yeah, it is. What is define the screen? What do we define the screen as? Okay, so a screen is just basically kind of. Okay, so let's try to see what are we looking at. So a screen is equal to pygame.display.setMode, and we're passing two arguments. The first one is the width, and the other one is the height of our window. So you can expect that this is something like a Python function. Display is going to be a Python object, Pygame object, sorry, and the set mode is going to be the kind of mode that we want our display window to be shown of. So yeah, we're just passing two arguments, the width of the window, that is 300, and the other one is 500. So again, you can find this code in the PyGame documentation. Basically, I just copy and pasted all the stuff. So yeah, don't worry about that. I saw a comment that says that not exactly sure how to import into VS Code, and the other one, I don't know why my import PyGame isn't working. There are a lot of variables when we're on Windows or on Linux or things like that. Sometimes it's the version, the Python version. Sometimes it's the PyGame version. Sometimes maybe you have like 10,000 versions of Python inside your computer and you're using other one. But yeah, currently, every time that we run this, I can see the version that I'm running my PyGame and the Python version that I'm using, and I can see the version of Python by just doing Python version, and I have the Python 3 element.8 version, and my PyGame version is 2.5.2. So yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm not able to say which version of Python are you using. Sometimes if you see that this is getting like color red or color yellow, don't worry about it. Sometimes Visual Studio Code gets some kind of saucy because of the Python Visual Studio Code extension. But yeah, don't worry about that. Like, ignore it and just try to run this, and it should be working okay. So yeah. Okay, yeah. If Python is not installed, don't worry about it. Just open a new window, try to get into Python, install Windows. So you're going to have this version. Download the latest version that you have, or download the. So I have 3.11.8. I think I don't know which one is like the best one. No, Python can be used Windows or blah blah blah, full list of downloads. So we have the pre-release, the security, how bug fix, blah blah blah, maintaining status. Yeah, I would say go here into looking for a specific release and just install this version, Python 3.11.8, and I think you should be ready to go. I wouldn't hesitate a lot into the versions of Python, but yeah, just click and download. This is going to probably download a version of Python, and yeah. So yeah, don't worry about that. Just go into download the 3.11 version, and after that, it should be ready to go. And because we have other persons that are available to do this, I'm going to continue. Let me know if you have still problems installing Python. But yeah, not exactly sure how to import it into VS Code. Do you mean import the PyGame library, or what do you mean with import into VS Code? Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's just continue with this. I'm not getting PyGame to go. Yeah, sometimes it's because of Conda repo. Yeah, as I said, sometimes it's because of the version of Python that you have on your computer. Sometimes it's because of maybe you can have 3 versions, 4 versions, and things like that. But yeah, how you can install PyGame is just following this command, pip install PyGame, and let me pass it here. And you should be running this. And after doing that, you should be ready to go. You should be seeing like packages downloading. And if you're not seeing that and you're seeing this, you're good. You already have installed PyGame and you are ready to go. So yeah, let's just continue with this. So okay, first check mark. We have already installed, set up our environment. We have been able to see our screen, and the next thing that we need to do is to set the player movement right here, right? So how we do that? So let's go into the documentation and see how we can do that by just getting our player movement by this. So okay, so let's just copy and paste this from the documentation. And what are we going to copy and paste is just we're going to copy a little circle, that this circle is going to be like our player currently, and we're going to import also the functionality of getting a player to be able to move with whenever I click any of these keys. So you can see that I have my if keys pygame.k, the key W, the play position is going to move negatively into my y-axis. And I think this is something I need to explain too, right? Let me open GeoGebra. And I should be, yeah. So why I'm using GeoGebra? Okay, so GeoGebra is basically it's like a y-axis plane, a 2-dimensional plane that we can use for just writing functions like f of y is going to be equal to, I don't know. So yeah, this is a function, a mathematical function, and why we want to use this, or why I want to explain this, is because I want to explain how things work in 2D. So as you can see, we have a lot of stuff that we can build here with mathematics. Like for example, if I say sin of x, if I put something like sin of x, we're going to see a movement like this, like a little wave. But what if I do cos? I'm going to see something like that. But what if I do tan? We're going to be seeing like different stuff. And yeah, it is kind of weird, right? But yeah, why are we using 2D? So 2D, if you can imagine it, is like a 2-dimensional plane that has 2 axes. The x-axis is the horizontal one, and the y-axis, that is the vertical one, right? So yeah, why do we care about this? Because if I want my movement to be working well, I'm going to be needing to use something, or like functions that can help me to make my character, for example, this little point called A, to be moving to other places inside my 2D plane, right? So, for example, if I want to elevate my A point to the, I don't know, the coordinates 10 by 10 or 10 comma, no, this is 0 comma 10 if I'm not wrong. But yeah, I wanted to move negatively, right? Because on my computers, I'm going to be having this, but actually how this is going to be working is that it works like if you're seeing it in a mirror, your y-axis is not going to be like the normal one. It's going to be inverted. So you can see that there's like kind of arrow here that you're going to see here. Okay, so this one goes up, but on PyGame it goes down. So yeah, we need to move it like negatively. So this is why we are doing this. But yeah, let's just copy and paste this bunch of code, and let's just paste it right here. And let's try to, oh yeah, let me see if I'm missing something. Yeah. Okay, so let me copy and paste the delta thing. And why we want delta? We want delta because it's the time in seconds since the last frame used from frame rate independent of the physics. And the physics, it's basically how our character is going to be moving, right? So yeah, let's just do Python main.py. Let's try to see our, oh yeah, we don't even have play precision, right? Where are you, play precision? There you go. I forgot to put this here. I think so. Yeah, I did, and also I didn't even declare the my delta variable. dt is equal to 0, and play position is going to be the PyGame vector of a 2D, and I'm going to get the okay. So how is this going to be working? Let me zoom into this so you can see it better. So yeah, we added two variables to our code. The first one is the delta one that we already explained. It's just the time tickles, but it is the time since the last frame used from frame rate independent of the movement of the character, right? So I'm going to be using delta for that thing. And my player position is just a variable that is going to be initializing a 2D vector, and this 2D vector is going to have two positions or two arguments. The first one is where in my x-axis I want my player position to start, and where in my y-axis do I want to do that. So if you can see right, if you can see this, we applicate a screen that get width, and we divide it by 2. So where do you imagine this is going to be positioned at first, right? So if we think about it, okay, the width of my screen is actually the same thing as my x-axis, right? And the same thing happens, but with my y height, or with the get height function, is my y-axis. So I'm saying, hi, how much, or like, yeah, how big is my y-axis and how big is my x-axis? Okay, so I'm going to get how big it is, and then I'm going to divide it by 2, so I can get my first point, or my first position, to be the middle of my width and the middle of my height. So I can position my player on the middle of the screen. So this is going to be applied, and we're going to render it on my play. Well, we're going to first draw a circle, and this circle is going to be inside my screen that I have filled out. And I'm going to make a red circle that is going to be positioned at my player position, and is going to be 40 pixels big. So remember, the player position is just the middle of the screen. The last argument is how big I want my circle to be, where do I want him to appear, on which color do I want my circle to be filled with, and where do I want my circle to appear, like where in which kind of screen do I want my circle to appear, right, if we have multiple screen objects. So yeah, let's just try to run this. Okay, so ta-da! As you can see, we have our circle right here. And if I move my, or if I press my key arrows like A is the, I should be seeing that the movement is working, right? And if like again, seeing out the code and taking a look into this, we can see that we have our keys. And if I press the W key, I'm moving negatively into my y-axis, right? So this means, so remember, the y-axis goes down. So if I go negatively, then I'm going to go up, right? But if I move, or if I press my S button, I'm going to be moving positively into the direction of my y-axis. That is basically down. So yeah, that is why I'm moving down when I press um, my S key, and that is why we are adding while we are pressing S, and this is why we're resting, or like, yeah, resting basically when we press the W key. So until now, any questions? Uh, okay, so I see that there are a lot of, yeah, there are a lot of folks who are not able to see this. Okay. Okay, so sorry for that. I have a Python interpreter. I don't have a Python interpreter. It says that. Okay. Well, we can see that later. Let me just finish to read the comments, and then we can start with that. And also, let me turn on my light. I'll be back. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So yeah, you installed this, but it didn't work. You gotta connect Python to VS Code. It says requirement already satisfied, but it is still working. Command prompt, I'm getting model error for PyGame. Are you getting that on your Visual Studio Code, or you're getting that while you're trying to run your main.py file on your terminal? Did you try saw it through your CMD? Okay, I have my terminal now. What is the next step? Pip is up. It says the term pip is not recognized as the sin. Oh, right, yeah. So that's the problem. But let me let me see if you actually solve that. Blah blah blah. It doesn't do anything. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it seems it doesn't recognize pip. Blah blah blah. Yeah, CMD. Okay, so yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I've been there. Don't worry about it. So what you need to do is just press your window key and do something like environment variables. You can see something like this. Then you're going to get into your environment variables. And after that, you should be just ready to go. But for some other stuff, let me search where is Python, because I don't have any idea, to be honest. So let's just edit this one. No, it's which one was it path, I think? Yeah, I think it's this one. You should be right. You should be using your pod one, then edit, and after that, you can just add the pip variable here. I think there's a Stack Overflow thread that we can work with. Let me search for it. Pip is not recognized as an external command. Yeah, Windows. Some CMD. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, Python pip install, pip install, blah blah blah. Yeah, we can just get here. Okay, yeah. So let's just try to get your. First of all, let's try to get the location of Python. So how do we do that? I don't know, to be honest. And also I don't know if this is for Windows. Pip isn't recognized. Windows. There you go. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we installed that. Okay, yeah. So probably it's in this location. So you should be adding this location to your app data folder in your environments. So what we need to do is to add the Python environment variable scripts to the folder where pip is. That just basically copy and paste your Python scripts location. Then just go into your path go into your environment variables, then go into path and then into edit, and then just add click on new, add the Python location. I'm not going to do it because I already have it working, and then click on OK. And I think with that, you should be ready to go. And if not, you can just search for more solutions because, like I said, it depends on your computer. It depends on thousands of things. If you're Windows 10, Windows 11, or Windows 7, something like that. So yeah, it is going to take us a lot to be doing that. I'm getting correct output, but my red dot is not moving. Okay. Let me see if someone has any. Where do you get a link from the scripts to paste? I don't know. I think you should be getting into app data. I'm going to pass you the link here so you can follow it, because as I said, it is going to take us a lot. But yeah, let's just try to continue. So let's try to get here. Are you sure that you made, first of all, your player position? Also, you declare your DT variable, and also that you copy and paste all this stuff into your code, and finally that you added your DT is equal to clock tick and divided by 1000. If you did that, you should be ready to go, and your circle should be moving, right? But yeah, okay. So we already made our first frame, or like our player, to be able to move. So what goes next? Let's see. Okay, we have our player movement. What do we need to do next? We should be generating random objects, and these random objects are going to be the falling apples. Okay, so let's try to do that with random circles of different colors. So yeah, let me just give me a second to check something. Give me just 1 second, and yeah. Okay, let's continue with this. So how do you think we should be getting our random objects to be generated? So the first thing that we should be doing is to import random. Then we should be creating a class. And you think, I think we should be creating a class like, I don't know, maybe like apples. So let's just create that like class apples. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be screen. And this code was generated by Copilot. Don't worry about that. I'm going to pass it. Or I'm going to commit my changes so you can copy and paste them and having it on your computer. But yeah, the other thing that we're going to do is to have a, yeah, this should be, we just want this to be always 500, I think. 500. The color is going to be black. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want it to be black, to be honest. The color is going to be something like red. Let me open paint. And this is not going to be a normal apple. This is going to be blue apple, so we can distinguish the colors. So this is an RGB 0, 162, and 221, 32. 162 and 232. And this should be 0, and the radius should be 10. So let's just init a new apple. And yeah, apple position. Apple is equal to apple screen. And yeah, this is the only thing that we should be passing, right? The position is setting randomly. And did we draw it already? Draw circle, render your game, apple that draw. Yeah. Okay, let's try to see if this is working. Python main.py. Was it generated? It was not. because it is at 500, I think, and that is like the limit of our screen. So what if I instead put it like on 200 or something like that? Let's see. Let's do magnify. There you go. There are you, Apple. Okay, and if I run again this, it should be generating in other part. Yeah, there you go. But we should be doing something like I don't know, like 50 maybe. Let me close this again, and yeah, 50 is good. I think so. Okay, so nice. We were able to generate some kind of apples. Now what? Now we should be generating itself, but for when each time a timer gets generated, right? Like I don't know, when like each 5 seconds, it's 10 seconds, something like that. Each 3 seconds, we should be generating new apples. And how do we do that? So that is a great question. But before doing this, let me just commit my changes. So player movement and apple generation working. And let me commit my changes, synchronize them, push them to the repo. So just wait, and you should be ready to pull my changes into your code or into your computers. So yeah, just remember, just do git pull, and you should be ready to go. And if not, just pull them by clicking here and do something like pull rebase, and you should be good. But yeah, until now, let me see if there are any questions here. How are you getting Python window to look like that? Joined late and I'm quite puzzled. Mine just looks like a white terminal window on Mac, but should I be on Windows? No, you should be good, I think. Um, to be honest, I don't know how it works on Macs. Let me think about it because I don't know, to be honest. Like I'm not lying. The only thing that I did was copy and paste the Python code that appears on PyGame. Basically, I copied this stuff, and yeah, basically, like I didn't even did something new. But yeah, let's just add a new variable called Python. I mean, Apple Apple timer, Apple generation timer to go to 0, and whenever Apple, yeah, there you go. It goes this, well, plus equal 1. Oh no, yeah, actually DT. So, but we should be adding something like if Apple generation timer is equal to, yeah, there you go. But it's greater than 3000. We should be ready to see a new Apple generated, right? Apple new screen. Yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if instead of adding this, I add 1? Can I see the 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, let me try to print this out to see how this is working. Print generator. Oh yeah, I'm not even like setting this as 0, right? And I should be printing just Apple generation timer. There you go. And yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, we're not even like increasing this, right? Yeah, you're right. Apple generation plus equal dt. And yeah. Okay, if Apple generation timer is greater than 3000, then we're going to print this, but we should not be doing that. We should be doing it right here. And yeah, we should just be getting a new apple, and we should be setting this as 0. And each time that the time clocks runs, we should be adding dt, right? So let's see. Okay, so it's adding the dt, but I don't want to add dt. I want to add 1. So let's see if I do 1, how this goes. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I actually think it's not that fast. What if I do this? 2. Yeah, it's going way too fast. So yeah, let's just keep with 1. And okay, I think should be good. Yeah, but this should be not just 3,000. This should be like, I don't know, like 100 maybe. And yeah, there you go. The apple is generating itself like randomly in different places. So nice, we had it. And if we move this, it should be generating itself too, right? Nice. So our apple is being generated. Circle, our player is moving. But what's going on? Like we're not generating a new apple. We're generating like we're just initializing again the same variable of apple. So what should be doing is generate a new object, right? So how can we do this? I don't know. That is a great question. That's a great question. How can we implement instead of being this apple, being a new one? First of all, let me create this like from here. Oh no, but actually the apple should be at the start, and then we should be generating a new apple. Can't we do something like this instead? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we're not passing it, actually. So let's see if there's some documentation so we can build that. So readme install, generate a new random object in Python. But before doing that, do you have any questions? So says idle. No idea. I knew to whole coding thing. Look up and said idle, and that's what I looked at. Python launchers, just a bunch of stuff I don't really get. Python launchers just says bunch of stuff I don't get. Okay. Cat is speaking of IDE, so David is using VS Code. Not sure what that is, but I'll try to figure out things. You're gonna want download VS Code. Thanks all. Yeah, we're using Visual Studio Code for building our game, like a Python game. And Visual Studio Code is like the place where it's like a text editor, but it has some kind of functions that help you to understand or to write prettier code. Or yeah, it has like extensions, tools, and things like that that help you to build code in a more effective way, and also to don't just be looking at plain text. Like, I mean, there are memes that Microsoft Word is like the best code editor in all the whole world. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it should, like, this looks ugly, for example, and it gets kind of difficult if I want to see, like, for example, what I'm importing, where are my variables, where I'm executing mathematical functions and things like that. So that is why we're using an IDE. An IDE helps us to maybe try to color our code by some important names, like depending on the programming languages and things like that, right? So if I do class, then the class word is going to be colored. Then the next thing is the name of the class is going to be colored as purple and things like that. So yeah, an IDE is basically a text editor that has tools that helps you to build better code in a better way, in an effective way, that helps you to understand yourself, your code. But yeah, Sometimes Java extension install, pip install. What? How do you do that? What? Okay, I trust you. Um, yeah, you can get Visual Studio Code on Macs without any problem. Uh, you should be running PyGame on your command line, so you should be opening instead of command line or CMD. You should be doing terminal, and after that, terminals should be you should be looking at that. And yeah, just go to the location where you already have your code or where you install the repository. The repository is this thing that we have on GitHub. The GitHub is a platform where we store code like in too long to read. We're using GitHub so you can download my code in your computer. And if I want to pull changes so you can see them, it is like the middle part of my code upload and the location where you can download my code. But yeah, so yeah, we're just using Git, and you should be able to use Git by first installing Git. Oh, sorry, should be Git. Yeah, you should be installing first Git for Mac or for Linux. I don't know, to be honest. But yeah, Git is a version control that is a totally different topic that we're not going to talk about today. But the only thing that you should be caring about is install Git, do the setup. After that, install VS Code. After that, install Python. After that, open VS Code. Open a new window. A new window is going to be open. After that, get into source control, clone repository, go to GitHub to this link that I'm going to pass here. After that, go to GitHub, go to this to this link that I pass you. You're going to see this green button. Just click into this green button. Click into local. You're going to see something that says HTTPS. Click into that. Copy into the clipboard. Then get again into your Visual Studio Code. Click on the clone repository. Paste it. Save it, and open a new window. And you're going to be seeing this code right here. So I know that's a lot, but don't worry about it. It is what it is. Sometimes it's like a lot of stuff for just one day, but it is fun. It is super cool. Like that is why we have a community of hackers, and you're seeing that a lot of persons are really glad to help you out whenever you need. Okay, I need this tutorial on how to set up. Yeah, I know Python is sometimes super difficult to get it installed, but yeah, that is why I love to use GitHub code spaces. But this time we're not able to use GitHub code spaces because we need to open Windows, and Chrome is not able to open Windows. Or well, it is, but inside Chrome or like your Internet Explorer or whatever you want to use, like your favorite Explorer, you can use it. Make your window full screen so you can see it easily. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any other questions? I think we should be ready to go. Oh yeah, I forget to say that. Okay, so after that, the only thing that you should do is open a new terminal. How you do that? Do Command Shift P and do terminal. Like just write terminal. You're going to see a window that says this, and then open a new external terminal. You're going to see something like this, and just do pip install PyGame. After doing that, you're going to see some stuff downloading itself on your terminal. Don't even worry about that. Don't try to understand it. Just there are resources that we need to download so we can create our game like in Python. If you see something like this, you're ready to go. The requirements is already satisfied. If you see that, I don't know, something gets underlined on color yellow or red, don't even care about that. Sometimes Visual Studio Code gets some kind of saucy. I don't know why. The Python extension that is by default gets annoyed by how we import things, and I don't know why. I have never understood why it gets so annoyed by just how we import things. But yeah, so after that, you should be doing Python or Python 3, depending on the computer you are. Yeah, and in the version you are, do Python main.py. And after all this stuff, you should be seeing this window. And if you press the WSD keys, you should be ready to move your circle on different places. And you see, this is not moving. This blue circle is because we're still trying to figure out how to generate more objects on the same screen, not just one object, right? But if I add Apple here, then I'm going to be seeing that my object gets moved to different places here. Alrighty, let's see. Um, Working on it. I have to install GitHub. Yeah, you have to install Git, then you have to install Python, then you have to install Visual Studio Code. Then you should create an account on GitHub. After creating an account on GitHub, you should be going here, local, do clip this. I'm sorry, copy this into your clipboard. Then open a new window on Visual Studio Code, and after that, just go here into your source control, clone repository, then go Hugrex Games Python, and you should be good. So, okay, I'm going to continue so we can advance the most that we can on this session. So let's try to figure out how to do that, and how we can do that with our best friend ChatGPT. ChatGPT can help us to do whatever we want in the world. So let's open a new window, Chat OpenAI. Hey, ChatGPT. Hi, ChatGPT. So nice to see you again. So I'm building a game in Python with PyGame, and I want to generate random apples, not just the same apple, and to get it moved to get it appeared or initialize on different positions. I want that different objects of the type Apple generate themselves on the screen I'm using. How can I do that? Here's the code. Let's see what does ChatGPT says. During multiple random position apples on the screen, you need to modify your code so you can allow storage management of multiple Apple instances. So multiple apples, use a list to keep track of apples. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Screen, random in, color, blah, 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 draw. Yeah. Okay, so we just need to open them, right? So we have apples to store multiple apples, and for each time we're going to apples that happen. Okay, sounds good. So yeah, I think that's all. Okay, so that looks kind of easy, right? So let's just add the apples list. Apple list is going to be an empty list, and then instead of doing that, we should be doing apple list.append, and we should be ready to do this. And yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, my bad. I don't know what I did, but yeah, hide this stuff. Yeah. Let's See what is going on. Apples that happen, Apple screen. Apple list. Yeah, we have store multiple apples, a new apple. Draw all up. Oh yeah, for apple and apples, apple.draw. Yeah, you're right. And we should be doing that here, right? For apple and apples and an apple list, apple.draw. But apples have for each simple apple and apple list, simple apple dot draw. And they have to do something else, apple generation timer, blah, 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 blah. No, I think that's all. So Python main.py. And does it works? Yes, it works. It is generating a random apple. The problem is that is sometimes apples are not moving themselves, right? I mean, sometimes apples generate themselves on kind of the same place, and because we haven't managed how to do the random stuff better, sometimes they generate get generated at the same position. But yeah, as we can see, all right, we have already apples right here. Cool. And now, what's next? We should be getting our apples to be falling themselves, right? So how do we do that? Do we want them to just move themselves? Do we want them to accelerate? Do we want them to do something similar? So let's try them. I think it would be interesting to accelerate them with the gravity. So let's just add a new constant called gravity. It's equal to this, and also, well, we need to take a look into the falling acceleration, right? Falling acceleration speed formula. So yeah, free fall. There you go, free fall. We want free fall formula. There you go, free fall formula. And what is free fall? Do we have a video of free fall? Yeah, you can basically imagine that it's this physics problem. Thank you so much. No, us, no. I don't want coffee, mate. No, none. Look at this. We don't want to see this. Yeah, this is no shit. I don't want to see any of this stuff. There you go. But yeah, basically what we want to do is to have some vertical acceleration so our apples can just go down. So what do we have to do is just to bring some kind of acceleration into our apples objects. So we should be adding this to our movement options, to our position options, something like that. So yeah, let's just ask ChatGPT to add a fun function of the apples. So add a following function to our apples so they follow a free fall acceleration. So let's try to do that to simulate free fall. For other apples, you want to update each apple position based on gravity and the time lapse. So yeah, basically in a free fall distance, an object travel is determined by the equation of d is equal, or the distance is multiplied by half of gravity by time squared, where g is the acceleration due to gravity on Earth, but you might want to use different body gameplay purposes. And yeah, you're right. So okay, so we have the velocity in y and the self acceleration, that is the gravity. Yeah, this sounds good. And then the fall option, reset the apple if it falls on the screen. Yeah, for now I think it should be good, I think. So let's just try to copy and paste this into our apple function. So let's just do this like that. And also let's just add the velocity and the acceleration. And I think gravity should be right up at the top. So yeah, gravity should be this constant, and gravity should be right here, right? Gravity. Let's see, optionally reset the apple self y screen.getHigh equals to 0. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Why not? Let's add it. Okay, let's see if the yeah, Apple that fall, right? And let's just add it right here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you go. You're right here, but instead of doing that, this should be simple Apple. Simple Apple is equal to yeah. So yeah, we're going to do that. But first, no, yeah, actually, should be doing this. Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, and I should be doing also Apple dot fall like this, and grab. Let's just try to decrease the gravity velocity to something like 3, maybe. We'll see. How does this get? Yeah, that's a lot, right? Yeah, that is way too fast, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this looks good, don't you think? But let's just keep it simple as one so we can see. There you go. This looks good. Nice. The problem is that there are way too many apples that get because they are getting reset each time they get into the floor. Let me commit my changes so you can have the code where of the falling apples. So falling apples working. So let me commit that. Just seeing changes. And if you have any doubts, let's just try to see what are we doing. Okay, so let's just try to read out ChatGPT function. What are we doing is we're basically just getting a free fall function. It's a gravity formula. Oh, again? Are you serious? Okay, yeah, free fall formula. I don't want to see any kind of ads again. But where are you? There you go. Yeah. But this has some other stuff that I don't want. Blah, 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 blah. One gravity times square. There you go. Where are you? Yeah, we're using this formula for just getting the y position of our apple. So the y position is going to be and a half of gravity times gravity times t divided by 2. Well, gravity times time square divided by 2 plus the velocity, the initial velocity, and all the stuff. But yeah, for now, we're not going to get it that complicated. We just want our apples to be accelerated and not to move just straight forward. We want it to have velocity and acceleration. So this is why we are applying this formula to our code. So basically, what we're doing is first we're going to start at 0, our apples. I think we start them at 50. And let's try to start them at 0 so to see how this looks on our game. And yeah, they look cool. They look good, I think. Yeah, but yeah, as you can see, we have like multiple circles. My character is too big for all this kind of apples. So yeah, this is going to be something that we should be working on. But yeah, we're just initializing our apples at 0. Then we're giving them an initial velocity in y, a velocity in y, because remember that we have two x's, the y-axis and the x-axis. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about the x-axis today. Today we're not going to be messing with that, or unless not for apples. We're just going to mess with our y-axis one, right? So yeah. And after that, we're passing another, or initializing another variable called acceleration on y, and it's going to be having the same acceleration and gravity in our game. Gravity error is 9.8, but that is way too fast for our screen. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to say that our gravity is going to be something like 0.1. After that, we updated, we created a new function called fall that is going to be updating the acceleration and velocity of our of our positions of y and the velocity of y. And after that, if we touch the end of our screen in a y-axis, we are going to start them again in a different position than x, but they're going to be initialized on the top of our screen, and the velocity of y is going to be resetted to 0. Okay, so after that, we implemented also a new thing, that we created a new variable that is called apple list. So this apple list is going to be storing new apples each time that our timer of apple generation, our apple generation timer gets to 100. If it gets to 100, we're going to append or get a new apple into our list, and we're going to restart our timer to 0. After that, for each apple that we have in our apple list, we're going to first of all get our file function running, and after that draw our apples in our screen. So that is why and also we implemented, we started the apple.fold for the first apple that gets generated on when we open the screen. So yeah, this is why you are seeing like different apples get into different positions. So yeah. Okay, yeah, so now our circle's working. Remember, the red circles are player, the blue ones are apples, and so on, so on. But yeah, now everything is working well. It's looking cool. And yeah, let's see if you have any questions. And let me try to drink some water because I'm dying. Okay. No, Python Biscode. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, Jenny Lade, is there a link to the code? Can someone spare? Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Matt. Technical message. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome, Rockman, Mega Man. Yeah, isn't Rockman a character of Mega Man? The first one, the one who throws rocks and had like super powers, like I think he had like super strong or something like that. He was like super strong. But yeah, I think you didn't have any other questions. So well, looks good. Looks like we have generated our random objects. We have generated final apple simulation. So what now? I think before getting into our score creation or loading of our sprites, we should be getting our collision detection, so we can know whether the player has touched an apple or not, right? So yeah, we should be getting our collision detection. And how we do that, I'm sorry, is we're going to just do collision detection on PyGame. So let's see how collisions works in PyGame. So okay, so we have pin and define colors, set dimensions, size of block, set screen, set caption, load the image, set the icon, load the image, blah blah blah. Well, okay, I think this is like the initiation of our thing, right? Okay, so we have a player image, player position, then player position y, x, a hub, screen.bleed, block image. Where are you? Okay. Okay, collisions. Yeah. There you go. Crash. Global block position. Check positions. If player position is. The crash function defines the collision condition. Okay. So instead of doing this, let's just try to ask ChatGPT, how can we? Okay. So how does the collision work in PyGame, and how can I implement it on my code? Yeah, because we're going to spare a lot of time if we do this. But yeah, collision detection in PyGame can be implemented in various ways depending on the types of objects you are checking out for collisions and the level of positions you need. For simple games, especially those involving circular or rectangular objects, PyGame provides convenient methods for collision detections. So In your case, with Apple following and position colliding with a player represented as a circle, you can use PyGame's built-in methods for circle collision detections. PyGame that sprite collide circle, or manual distance checking between the centers of the circles since you're not using PyGame sprites or classes for the apples. Here's how you can implement simple collision detection in your game to check if any apples collides with the player. So calculate distance, compute the distance between the center of the player and the center of each apple. Okay, this sounds good. Check for the collision. Compare the distance of the sum of the radii of the player and the apple. If the distance is less than or equal to the sum of the radii, a collision has occurred. Here's how you can integrate this into your existing code. So we should be getting a player radius. First, let's define the player radius at a point where you define player position. Okay, define this near where you initialize player position. Okay, so we should be getting this like here. And let's change this to player position, right? Instead of doing this, player radius. There you go. Then you can add a collision detection function. Okay, so and this should be somewhere else or what? Yeah, for now, let's just try to do it like this. Calculate the distance between the player and the apple, between the apple and the player. So distance is equal to this, apple x, player position x, Okay, so we're just calculating the distance between 2 points, I think. Yeah, basically. And what are we talking about is something called distance between 2 points. This is the formula. This is a square, but here we're not implementing a square. We're just doing something else. Distance between the apple and the player. But yeah, you can imagine it's something similar, like x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 square and all this stuff. And oh yeah, actually we are doing the square things here, but oh, I think we're just, instead of using like the square function, we're just doing we're elevating itself like for one the half of it. So yeah, check if the distance is less than the sum of the radii collision. So if the distance is less or equal than the apple radius, and the plus the player radius, then we're going to return true, and else we're going to return false. So I'm guessing that we're going to use this inside, yeah, of our apples collisions. So for each apple that we have, we are going to calculate our collisions. So yeah, looks good. Okay, so let's try to do that inside our apples one. So let's just try to change apples for if check collision, yeah, there you go. Apple play precision play radius, but this is not going to be the apple, this is going to be the simple apple. There you go, and print collision has happened. Simple apple that removes. Oh no, yeah, actually this is apple. Apples that remove simple apple, and apples that happen the screen. So let's see if this works, and also let me check if this needs something else. Uh-oh. You mean simple? Yeah, there you go. You're right. But cool. The collision has been detected, right? So apples is not defined. Do you mean apples? Where? Oh yeah, it's not apples. It's apples list. Apple list. And the same one here. So let's just copy the Python main.py. So, oh my God, something's going on here. This is actually not working. Why? Oh my God, it's dying. If check collision of simple apple, check collision of the simple apple, Now within your game loop, after updating the apple's positions, check for collisions. If the collision of the player position, the player radius, collision detected, but are we detecting them? We're not actually. Yeah, actually, we're not detecting them. So let's see. Let's see why are we not detecting that? I guess that I should be doing this correctly, I think. And I'm guessing that the math function that ChatGPT gave to us is not working. Do we have something like a squared function on Python? Squared Python. Is it math that squared or that it was JavaScript? I don't know. Mhm. Yeah, square root positive. Yeah, it is actually math, and we need to import math. Import math. And instead of doing this, we should be doing math dot squared. Oh yeah, math dot squared of this stuff, and we should be doing it like here. Math dot squared of this, and we should be erasing this. And yeah, I guess this is correct. But if this is blah 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 blah, yeah, let's try to see if this is correct. Yeah, and actually, it got crazy. It got crazy. I don't know why. Let's try to see at the start of it. Oh yeah. Let's do it again because I didn't saw anything. It keeps generating itself randomly. Uh, let's just try to remove it. Instead of just, let's just try to remove it and do this again. Huh. Okay. But how can I quit something for being on my inside, right? Like to quit the rendering. So how can I quit rendering? How how can I quit something rendering from my screen on PyGame? For this is for when an apple collides with the player, the apple disappears from the screen. When the apple collides with player, you want to remove that apple from the list. Apples to remove that app and apple to remove collided apples from the main apples one. Okay. Oh, I think I got why this is not getting collided because the first apple is not in. Yeah, apple should be starting with an apple. Yeah, it should not be empty. It should be starting with an apple. An apple on the screen. Yeah, like this. And yeah, after that, I think we should be ready to see what the collision's working of. What? Oh my god, what is this? Apple list. And where are you, circle? Why am I not seeing your? Oh yeah, there you go. Radius. And I should be starting the apple right here with apple. And let's see. Huh. Neat. Okay, well, if Apple generation timer, Apple that list apple and Apple, Apple generation timer, yeah, is equal to 0, running time, screen bubble, screen red, simple Apple that fall, collision, Apple is that remove out Apple. Mm, but no new apples are getting generating now. Oh, actually they are, but they're not. They're not falling. Yeah, maybe it's because of the collision thing. Apple of X minus Apple. Oh yeah, I don't know if I even saved this. Um, like I mean, they're getting generated, but for some reason they're not getting erased. I think it's because we're checking with the distance formula. Okay. Let's see. Let me see the comments. Yeah, tag rule. MLH, just wondering how exactly will I stop the red dot from going for the screen? I can hold or different a little bit of the whole to key the same amount of time and comes back on the screen. Is there a way to get limit how far one direction can go? Yeah, I think we can just manage the limits that the player can get around by having another variable. Like for example, we can just make another if right here. Well, what I'm thinking is like if the play position of y is not greater than 300, then I mean, it's not minus 300 or it's not less than minus 300. It's greater than minus 300. And the play position, well, then do these. Like what I'm saying is, hey, if you are not in the limits, move it to the top, and this applies to one of the positions that we want. Hey, are you on the top limits? Then if you are not, you can move. But if you are, then this is not going to get executed. The same thing happens here. The same thing happens here and here again. Okay. You can create primitive movement function. Change. Blah 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 blah. Also change to whatever primitive blah blah and yeah. Yeah, looking at the documentation, the build collision detection is sprite only. You can put big rectangle sprites right outside the edges of the screen, but it will probably be easier to just manually code it. How to drop off for a while? I'm way behind now. Can someone help with the blah 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 blah? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Uh, just give me a minute because I want to check something. Just give me a minute. There you go. Okay, let me see how Markable is doing this. So if keeps PyGame and apply precision, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you're right. If we implement this, we can, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that this implementation sounds really good. But as you said, the problem is if we change the size of the sprites, we're going to have some kind of problems. But yeah, I think we should not be having problems with that. But yeah. Okay, so collision simple apple. The problem is when it's on the apple's class, I think. 0. So what if it's dead? If y is less than self.screen height that get height, then self.x is going to be like this, but we're not adding something here. Something's going on. Okay, so let's see what is going on. So actually, they are getting generated. The problem is that I think we're not setting the velocity to 0, I think. Where are you, Apple? Simple Apple is to have check collision, simple Apple, play precision, play radius, collision detected. We're not detecting any of this. apple is dot remove. Oh yeah, it's because we're removing them. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Sorry, but let's see. Is it working now? Yeah, it is actually working. Let's go. Collision detected. Nice. Okay, so this is some kind of similar, right? And even we can, instead of avoiding getting the apples, we can be just getting the apples, right? And I think we can make it harder by just doing something as get get all the apples, and if one apple falls, you lost a life, and then yeah. So cool. We implemented like the collision. Now we should be doing something with this collision, right? Um. So yeah, but let me update my repo collision are working, and cool. Let me just sync my changes, and yeah, we're almost finished. Like we're almost ready to go. Uh, cool. The changes are already up if you want to download them. But yeah, let's see. We have already implemented the collision detection. We have now just the score creation and load the sprites. So also we should be filling this with the assets of our background that we have here. So let me just quit the background of my screen by filling my screen with a background. And how can I set my background to my image background field that png that I have on assets on my asset folder. Okay, let's see. PyGame background is blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see what it's doing. So first we should load the background image by doing background is equal to pygame.image.load assets background field png. Then resize the background image to fit the screen. Okay, so background is equal to pygame.transform scale background. And then script.build background and set the background image as the screen. But what happened to my screen? Oh yeah, the screen is right here, right? Okay, cool. Pygame time.clock. Okay, cool. So nice. Let's see. Let's see if this works actually. No, it is not. Okay. Oh yeah, I think this is because we're filling our background with screen purple. Yeah. Yeah. Is it working now? There you go. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, we have like a little monster, but hey, if you want to paint something, like this is the best. Like I don't even know how my computer is not dying with all the stuff running itself, like thousands and thousands of circles getting generated. But yeah, hey, if you have like almost a painter here, yeah, let's just quit this. And I think this is because I'm not updating background or my stuff on each time that I'm doing this. So the question here is that I don't know if the screen that would what this set the background image as the screen background, and I think instead of doing fill, um, fill it with the background, so it updates each time. Screen that played background. Okay, so it should be here. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Nice. So now we have a background and we have our family apples. And yeah, for me, that looks good. Let's just quit this and then we can just move around with that. Okay, so we have a background. We don't have our sprites of the player, right? Oh, but the problem is, do we want to use the sprites? Is it going to explode or something if we do our sprites? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, also we have just 5 minutes left. So do you have any questions until now? Like, we already have covered collision detections, the script creation, the following up simulation, generate random objects, player movement, screens, and setting up our environment. Uh, Hi, Green Joshi. It's so nice to see you again. Hi, Green Joshi. Hope you're doing good, and I hope that you're getting a lot of points in your Glow Hack Week this edition. Um, Let me just see something else. Hi, Wade. So nice to see you. We are building an Apple collection game, like to collect the apples with Python, with PyGame. So yeah, we have already implemented collision detection, the acceleration of the apples that are getting generated, the generation of the apples in random positions, and to see basic things like setting up environments and things like that. Currently, we are going to work into loading our animation sprites with the help of GitHub Copilot, I think. And if not, I think I'm going to ask ChatGPT how we can animate the sprites here. But yeah, until now, like everything looks good. And also, we need to refactor out like this code because it looks ugly. But yeah, let's just start by getting our apple.py class, so we can separate this and make it a little bit clean. So yeah, we have this, and blah, 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 blah. Let's just do this. Then import Apple right here. Import Apple. Yeah, there you go. And from Apple, import what? From Apple, import Apple. Oh yeah, you're right. From Apple, import Apple in, I don't know if this is like a correct name for it, right? So let's do Apple, and from Apple, import Apple. Yeah, there you go. And then we have the gravity, Python, PyGame setup, then our game constants. Oh yeah, but actually gravity should be here because we're using this constant right here, right? So yeah, let's just define it right here. Gravity is equal to this, and we have gravity. Are we using it? Oh, I think we're using it right here, right? Like an acceleration. Okay, so so we are importing Apple. Okay, so the background resizing stuff, let's just delete these comments. And let's just see this right here, like load images. There you go. And then our game loop is, check collisions should be, I think, also on Apple because, yeah, I think check collision of the apples should be on the Apple function. So let's just define this and do something like this. Okay, let's see if this works actually, because we're calling to check collision. If apple.check collision I have this stuff, simple apple, and simple apple and apple list. Yeah, let's see all the apples references that we have. So we have apple is equal to apple screen, apple list, apple generation time. Yeah. Apple screen. Yeah. So for each apple, simple apple and apple list, simple apple is going to call the fall function and the draw one. Then if apple.check collision appears, then we're going to add the collision detected message, right? So let's see if this works. Oh yeah, I didn't import random, right? And I also math here. So match should be on Apple. Random match should be here. And yeah, there's a lot of space right here. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, I think, let's see. Gravity is not defined. Can we have gravity here? Self-observation of y is equal to gravity. Yeah, I'm just going to self gravity is equal to self that gravity is equal to 0.1, and then this is going to be gravity. I think self that gravity. Self Python the ground circle. Oh yeah, Python. Import PyGame and let's see. Yeah, nice. Okay, so now we have refactor our code. Let me just push my changes so you can see them. I know I don't want my Pikachu. So let me add another git ignore so we can just get rid of this stuff. So dot git ignore, and let's just ignore the Pikachu slash Pikachu folder. And let's see. I don't know, to be honest, if this is the correct name. Yeah, I'm just going to copy and paste this stuff. The Pikachu folder. So let's see. Yeah, it gets ignored. Nice. So add git ignore functions, and well, the git ignore file and refactor of the main.py code. So we have less minutes than we have for finishing all of our game. Luckily, we have 2 more sessions that we can use for making our Apple Grabber game the better one. So, blah, 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 blah. Is it no, the continuation? The continuation should be tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be here tomorrow for some personal stuff, but yeah. But yeah, I'm so sorry for that. But I think we're going to check another available hours that we have. I know that we didn't finish all our functions. We still need to finish our loading sprites, all the sprites that we need to load. We need to finish also the animation so we can see our collector grabbing all the apples or abating all the apples. We can decide on that later. But yeah, we should be ready to see all the animation of this guy. I'm sorry, like an ambulance is passing, it's making a lot of noise. But yeah, also we should be getting our apples images to be getting down. And yeah, also we should be getting on the next session the class for the player, and the player should be getting we should be handling like the facing of the images and all the stuff. So yeah, next session, I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be Monday or if it's going to be the next Wednesday. But yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to do it tomorrow. There's 2 sessions that we have planned. Had some personal stuff going on. But yeah, just remember this. We were thinking that the game was going to be like this. Maybe with the 3 sessions we get something like this. I don't promise anything, but yeah. So we still have some minutes for some questions, but until now, yeah, we can add whatever you want. We can add sound effects, all stuff. Yeah, actually, you can use PyMixer. So, compile icon, blah, 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 blah. What are the 2 Bisco extensions used to left and right of Copilot icon on the bottom right on the status bar? Oh, you mean these things? the pets ones. I have a pet. I have a extension for getting a pet, and also I have an extension for whenever you click here, you can see how the cat is typing. Is like the bongo cat. You know the give of bongo cat. Bongo cat. It's like this one. But let me see where are the gifts. Bongo cat gift. Is this one? but yeah, it's just a bongo cat that it keeps bongo like playing the bongo whenever you type anything. And Copilot is just a Copilot chat one. So if you do something like Control I, you can ask Copilot whatever you want. And yeah, basically it's just that. So I think I have some changes. I don't know. No, everything looks good. But yeah, I think we have get into the end of the stream. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And if not, don't worry about that. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Next session, I think, is going to be. Do we have other one? Let me see. Oh, Python. Was it my one? Was it mine? Oh no, no. Actually, we don't have other one. Like the next session was going to be mine, but actually that is going to be canceled. But the next section is going to be the Today in Global Hack Week Day 2. So you're going to go get with Stephen and Sane, so you can get all the updates and what we did yesterday. Oh, well, today. But yeah, tomorrow you're going to have that session. So be ready to go. And also, Dimmer is going to be implement a 3D character control in Godot. So thank you so much for being here. I love you all. I love you to see all of my hackers here working with you. No, there's not going to be 9 a.m. session. There's not going to be also a 3 p.m. session. I'm sorry for all those ones who were not able to install Python or all the stuff. This is why I love to use GitHub code spaces, because you don't need to worry about anything about installing Python, installing dependencies, and all the stuff. Unfortunately, we need to use our computer, we need to use Windows, and we need to use our Visual Studio Code desktop for opening Windows with PyGame. But if you can fix them, that'd be good. I think the WSL works, but no, it does works, I think. But the problem is for the ones who like originally I wanted to use GitHub Code Spaces for getting rid of all the installations of Python and all the versions of the dependencies and all the stuff. But yeah, we were not able to get it done. Yeah, we are going to have a part 2 and a part 3, but this is going to be until next week, until we figure out a new schedule for this session. But if you like it, let them know. Please show me on Discord, what do you build? Did you build the same thing as I did? Did you build something different? I want to see your games. I want to see all the stuff that you hackers did, because I love it when you build things. So please share your things, share your games, share what you're building on Global Hack Week on Discord. I want to see everything. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, Wei. Thank you so much for being here, Code for Pharaoh. I love to see you on all my streams. Thank you so much. Marco, Green Joshi. Hi, Green. It's always nice to see you. I'm gonna Cybermom. Who was the one who has like a super weird name? It was also like Sheep Mom or something like that. But yeah, thanks, Mad. Thanks, Rocket Man. Thanks, Mega Man. Thanks, gotta guess. Who else is here? I want to see you who you are. Thanks, Sumi. Thanks, Team Carlos. I cannot find you, but I know that you're here. Your name is so weird. It's kind of funny. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all next time. See ya.